Alright, I'm gonna get some of these pictures out of the way. So we see it's the Snake Man here, the petroglyph version. I don't know if you can really see it, but he's got his little arms sticking out there. You can see the outline if you look closely. So I found that an intriguing one. And just to compare it, I suppose I'll show you. So we got the glyph Snake Man, human attributes. He does have little legs if you look down closely in the light section. We got the Egyptian Snake Man, and then we got I should be able to find it on this one actually. I don't think see, these are some of my observations into that world. Just taking from it. There he is. So, Snake Man. I guess he has a kind of humanoid head, if you call it that, and sunnies. But yeah, some of these creatures, like, you know, like they didn't come from my imagination, they just popped out in front of me. The page seemed to be in front of me, so I traced over it. So there's three kind of, you know, cross-cultural, including my own, that witness these things from the other worlds. And I guess as we see this, one of the layouts from the Goetia that we've been examining to as a bridge. So we have like the ancients. I put forward that they would have had their own mental bridge in their perception, because they would have engineered something into their own code to deal with the processes of the other world, but eventually something would have taken over that and integrated its own designs, and plus with I threw in that it was in human genetics as well. So if you don't have that control, these entities that can combine, become more powerful and gain different personalities, maybe, or we'll call it just attributes. So we're just getting a general look at what these things are in two places at once, I guess, what they are to us and what they are in their own. We've described some of the stronger forces, the elementals. So it's in essence, it's a control over the self, thorough understanding of what the ancients used these beings for, how they connected to them. Was through DNA and genetics, as we've seen. Not just, we'll go into the external connections, I guess, in that flying entity, but we'll start to maybe look at a few individual demons and their attributes or whatever, but I'm sure you understand if you're watching this that certain demons or allies will go into another description, and we'll go into pitfalls of sorcerers, but yeah, we'll try and find a midsection between these masks and cultural veils. We'll try and not break them, but bridge them in a way, just to get an understanding, so we don't have to fear it, and we have true grasp. So yeah, and yeah, so we'll look at certain obsessions and this split, how basically we've been given a mind, yeah, things that we think are naturally ourselves, but yeah. So anyway, I think I can get rid of this crazy picture. So that's just some of my kind of like where I started this was like in an altered state, or I started this video anyway. It was like examining these pictures I did in an altered state and their similarities to the demons in the Goetia. How we see combined beings, a collective on that other side of things too. And they have little deities like this which probably pop up in the Goetia. You see like how some of them, or a lot of them, are combined, and even in the bigger pictures I did, most of them combined. We'll probably get more into the plasma thing. So sometimes when you see these entities, like in the glyphs, these are plasma formations. Well, this one is done in an experiment, so we see what the ancients were witnessing in the when the veil dropped in the sky was these things. And I guess sometimes in ritual, like they don't not necessarily have the same awareness as us. You can't look at these other things from a human judgment. Yeah, because there's certain realities and other minds in existence to consider. Yeah, so, and people examine this, its comparisons to some languages formed, but there's a connection there. So what I'm saying with this is these sort of formations and ones that look like kind of numbers or letters maybe, where am I zoomed in? They end up like, you'll see even the entities in certain states of perception, the entities will even appear as like joined together letters or numbers in those simple forms, and there are a lot of stick figures and things like that in the glyphs that we see. I've gone through all this, like I've given examinations, but here we see like even these sort of entities, they would have been seen. And then like the Baphomet thing, you know, they want to contact or get a link to it, because some of them are connected to natural forces. So I guess that's where the term sorcery comes from, sources. Yeah, so sorcerers do trap them in certain containers. Yeah, so that's kind of backing up my shit, I guess. I found those connections in the layers I was looking into. So yeah, this is, I guess, I've discussed it as a bridge and a way to get information, power over forces. So I'm going to call like this world where these things, these little elves and trolls and shit live, or whatever is going on there, we're going to call it the inorganic beings world. And we're also going to look at the dreaming body or the energy body as an inorganic being. And so yeah, we're more into perceiving the things around us as energy. Alright, let's have a look over this and see where I'm really going with it next. And if I've covered the bases.